The gaming sphere has been changing over the past few years, and with the advent of the Metaverse taking over sections of the sphere, a new world is on the horizon. The Metaverse is currently trying to get its bearings by looking toward the gaming industry for inspiration. But what is happening? Well, stay tuned to today's video, as we're going to discuss how the Metaverse is getting inspiration from the gaming community. First up, we have why Meta is looking to the video game industry for Metaverse inspiration. The Metaverse is trying to be many things, but the biggest platform it's seemingly taking notes from is none other than Roblox. Roblox has gone from a joke of a platform to becoming its own gaming engine, where some insane games have been made and are supported for long periods of time. The hub aspect of Roblox is what the Metaverse wants to become, and they're trying to turn their platform into a Roblox-type product. So far, they have created Horizon Worlds, which has hub aspects similar to Roblox and is the closest thing to Roblox that they can get right now. They also have their own VR social space, which is similar to Rec Room, Roblox, and of course, VR chat. They are also monetizing this platform just like Roblox and other platforms, which makes complete sense as it's going to make them lots of money. The best thing that the Metaverse can do is either buy Roblox or integrate themselves into the platform to make something that stands out. It's hard for people to grasp the concept of the Metaverse because it's not a simple thing, unlike Roblox and other platforms. If they make the entry much easier, then more people are going to grasp onto it. The other larger and more important matter is the player base. The reason why Roblox succeeds is that it's targeted toward children and young adults. It's a space for them, not adults most of the time. Metaverse is marketing itself to adults and other groups, which don't have the same market as Roblox. It's going to be hard for them to get things working, but in the end, it might be the start of something incredible. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of the Metaverse and its other aspects. And now, on to some more gaming news. Next up, the next God of War game doesn't need Kratos. Though we haven't had any official word on there being a third God of War game in this new franchise, it's pretty clear what they are setting up for a third game already. God of War Ragnarok is coming out at the end of the year, and it's going to be another game-changing story for our Father of the Year, the God of War. Kratos has been the protagonist of 8 God of War games, including spin-off titles on other consoles. From comic books to novels and even an upcoming live-action series based upon the games from Amazon, Kratos has been there every step of the way. However, it looks like something or someone new might take over the franchise after Ragnarok. From the other characters who have been featured throughout the God of War series, Kratos' son Atreus is the one most evident to take up the protagonist mantle. Kratos has grown into a tired, aging man and is trying to instill in his son a better way of life than one that involves killing gods. Kratos' many murders in God of War is the entire basis of the series, and Atreus being his successor would mean Kratos ultimately fails in his goal. Ragnarok may very well end up with a tragic ending in which Atreus cannot escape the fate seemingly laid out by his heritage, but that won't be known until the game finally releases. Kratos may have to fall from what we can tell, and that means that Atreus has to take over his father's mantle in some shape or form. If Kratos has to die for his son to live, that's definitely something that's in his character that would make sense at this point in the story. We don't know what is going to happen next, but the ending of Ragnarok could be insane. It could lead to a time jump for Atreus, where he finally becomes a man and takes on his father's legacy. Let us know down in the comment section below. And now, For Honor gets cross-play after years of fans asking. For Honor is one of Ubisoft's last ongoing games, and seems to be doing even better than usual. Though the game doesn't have the following it used to have, the fan base is dedicated and loves this game to death. Over the years, the fan base has dwindled, and being split between 3 platforms doesn't help that much. Fans have been asking for crossplay to be implemented for ages now, but the team said it was much harder than people think. The team themselves has downsized, and they're producing less but better quality content. The game went from 4 characters a year down to 2 over the past few years, and is now getting a little more support finally. The announcement of crossplay for this game also came with a new season and even the introduction of hero skins, another thing fans have been wanting for years now. Hopefully, this breathes some new life into For Honor, as it's a one-of-a-kind game that people love and hate at the same time. It's a game that doesn't have any other comparisons, just like Rocket League. If it goes, then that experience is gone forever. Hopefully, things go well for this game, as its fan base is dedicated. Next, the top RPG games you need to play. Persona 5 Royal is the re-release of the game's Persona 5, but with some new features and new story content. This game is well regarded as near perfect, or at least just outstanding. The game has you take control over the protagonist Joker and other personas on your journey to defeat the enemies in the game. It's a Pokemon-like system, and you need to collect them all to get even better personas. This game has an amazing story with some awesome characters. It's overall just amazing, and you should really play this game when you can. Persona 5 Royal is just a perfect game, and any RPG fan should play it at least once. This next game is pretty different from what we have had on the list so far. The very popular Stardew Valley is a farming and life simulator game. You create your own character and get to tend to your own farm. You live with a bunch of villagers and get to make bonds and connections with them. It's a really interesting game and has some amazing elements. There's also a really cool dungeon crawling part of the game as well, which shakes up the farming simulator style of RPG. This game is really good for a chill and vibe out sort of time, especially for those who love farming simulators or village games like Animal Crossing. Check out Stardew Valley. It's pretty cheap on Steam and all platforms. Genshin Impact is a relatively new anime RPG game with some loot box style mechanics to it. The game is free, but with lots of microtransactions, which on paper sounds really bad. But with what you get for free, this game is outstanding. It's got a great story with some interesting characters and gameplay mechanics. It's a really simple game, but with some really hard mechanics if you want to take the time to get used to them. If you want to sink some money into Genshin Impact, you can roll for characters and weapons to increase the size and strength of your arsenal. Overall, Genshin is just a great game to try out for RPG fans. The world of video games has been really great over the past decade or so, especially with the RPG genre. Obviously, there are many more games that we didn't put on this list, so please let us know down below what other games you want us to cover. We are being spoiled rotten in this next year as the releases set to happen are some of the biggest in a while. More RPG games are being released, and with the launch of Witcher 3 port onto the next generation of consoles, things are looking up. Now that we have the PS5 and the Xbox Series X out and in the world, there are going to be way more amazing games coming soon and being announced soon. The new gaming generation has just started and should last for another few years before the next consoles launch. This generation is yet again the highest powered one, as the consoles are on par with PC gaming for the first time ever. The next few years are going to be amazing for RPGs, as it's become one of the most important and popular genres for gaming. At every conference or presentation from a gaming company, some sort of RPG game is announced. The great thing about the genre is that it's so vague that so many games fit under its wing. There are so many variations of the genre that any game could really fit into its style and suit a different gamer. And that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!